So before we get to the big news of today, which is likely to result in me dropping many F-bombs out of rage, I just thought I'd share some important news regarding the terrible vehicle that's super ugly that no one's going to buy that looks like my 3-year-old drew it, Tesla Cybertruck. The Cybertruck was the 5th best-selling electric vehicle in the United States in 2024. That means it beat the Ford F-150 Lightning, the Rivian R1S, and all GM electric vehicles, which is kind of weird since they let it matter. The Cybertruck guy posted this context. It was the best-selling electric vehicle truck in 2024 in the US, the 5th best-selling EV. So, Cybertruck came in at 38,965 vehicles sold, edging out the Ford F-150 Lightning in second place at 33,510. This is one of those moments where you go, hang on a minute. It's like when you see a dude walking down the street and he's certainly no Giga Chad and he's walking down the street with a 9 or a 10, you're thinking, what the and then you realise, oh, it's because he's got high status, he's got a big brain, he's confident, he knows what the fuck's up. And because he's a man, she doesn't care what he looks like, she cares about how he makes her feel. Ah, that's right. Anyway, now that I'm done explaining once again that men and women are different, my point here is just imagine the F-150 Lightning, the electric vehicle truck that everyone should love. It's a very well-established brand. And it doesn't look like a triangle on wheels, so obviously it's going to be much more popular than the Cybertruck. Just imagine seeing the Cybertruck outselling the F-150 Lightning. Imagine you're Ford and you go, wait, what the fuck? How? Turns out that there's something about the Cybertruck. There's just something about the Cybertruck. Awkward for Ford. Number 3, the Hummer electric vehicle, which includes SUV Hummer sales, 13,993, so a fraction of number 1 and 2. Rivian's R1T, just over 11,000, and GM Silverado EV, under 7,500. Yikes. So now the big news of the day. The Suck Elon's, I always forget what the acronym stands for. You know, the organisation that's been harassing Elon Musk for a while instead of actually doing their job. The SEC is suing Elon Musk for buying Twitter at, quote, artificially low prices, even though he bought it for $44 billion and industry analysts said it was worth more like $30 billion or less. Nothing makes sense, man. Somebody posts, the current SEC is a literal dumpster fire, and Elon Musk himself responds, totally broken organisation. Now remember, in the past, Elon Musk on the record talking to 60 Minutes saying that he does not respect the SEC, and why would he? They have a job, and their job is not to harass people like Elon Musk, even if those orders come directly from the big guy. The primary purpose of the SEC is to enforce laws against market manipulation. For example, just hypothetically speaking, an example of market manipulation would be a short seller who appears in the finance media and spreads a false rumor about a company that's literally just completely made up. At the same time, said short seller has a short position specifically to get that fake rumor in the press to make money on the short position, thereby manipulating the price of a stock based on a lie in the media. But of course, that doesn't happen. That's not literally 100% of the short sellers appearing in the finance media. So, so I think what I'm trying to say is the SEC definitely is doing its best to enforce laws against market manipulation, which is why we never see short sellers in the finance media fomenting fear, uncertainty, doubt, and spreading lies while they simultaneously have a short position. Just for example, of course, we all know the real reason for the SEC suing Elon Musk, right? Here's what the big guy had to say a couple of years ago. A couple of years before the endless harassment of Elon Musk and his companies from US government, a bunch of different organizations, whether it's Tesla, SpaceX. Let's see what he had to say. Now, keep in mind, right, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's just a puppet. He's just doing what the machine wants and or says. So he's kind of not all there. Regardless, he kind of told us this was going to happen. Endless harassment. Because Elon bad. Why? Because people can freely share their thoughts, opinions, and ideas on X, including those opinions that happen to be critical of the corruption within the Biden administration, which they didn't like.
I think that Elon Musk's cooperation and or technical relationships with other countries is worthy of being looked at. Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that it's worth being looked at.
By the way, just in case there's any DMFs watching, worth, quote, being looked at means it's worth harassing him relentlessly.
But that's all I'll say. There's a lot of ways.
Somebody asking exactly how would you do that, and then the big guy sheepishly points out that there's a lot of ways to harass Elon Musk, aka look into his relationships. Oh, God. By the way, I'm totally kidding. I mean, the Biden administration loves Tesla, loves Elon, is super supportive. It's not like they intentionally didn't invite him to the EV summit and then stole Tesla's valor, claimed that GM led and mattered, electrified the whole industry. You did it, Mary. I'm serious. That never happened. I mean, the big guy's a very upstanding citizen, a man of integrity, honour, valor. He'd never mislead, nor ever display any forms of hypocrisy. What's this? A post from the big guy's account today on X, which, I mean, he ain't writing this shit, bro. I think it's the press secretary, but it ain't him. Anyway, so just keep that in mind. I've always been a capitalist. If you want to make $1 million by putting your son on the board of I better not say that. Great, but you've got to pay your fair share in taxes. Hang on. So the big guy's just saying, totally fine if you want to make money, but you've got to pay your fair share of taxes. Okay. And what's this? Is this a repost? Oh, I see, from Palmer Lucky, JK's best friend. Biden pardoned his millionaire son of 9 felony and misdemeanor tax evasion charges. And what's this? What's this? I better not read that. I might get in trouble on YouTube. Meanwhile, back to Cybertruck. This time, don't know exactly all the background here, but New Jersey police issuing a statement describing a Cybertruck that sustained nearly a dozen bullet impacts. And how many of those bullets pierced the stainless steel exoskeleton? That would be 0. Now, I don't know the background behind this. It appears that the tyres have been slashed, and whoever was firing shots at this is a really bad shot. The spread on that is just atrocious. Looks like someone's taken a hammer to the windshield as well. I wonder why. Jilted X, Elon bad, trying to send a message. Who fucking knows? I tell you what, of all the vehicles on Earth to be in, if somebody starts firing off shots, I think I'll take a Cybertruck. It's almost emblematic of the Biden administration going after Musk, but every time they try, they fail. I also wanted to share this news/rumour. Allegedly, Tesla has confirmed that it will be starting production of the newly refreshed Model Y at Giga Berlin. I mean, obviously at some point this is going to happen, but the question is when? Now? Soon? Now, as I said recently, obviously, the Model Y refresh will be in global production before Tesla's range of new, more affordable vehicles, and it's at least goes on sale. Maybe they start ramping up production a bit sooner and kind of sneak it in there. But obviously, fully refreshed Model Y cranking out in the US and Berlin and Shanghai before the new Tesla vehicles. And we know Tesla's aiming to have those vehicles in production in the first half of this year. So obviously this is going to happen. But this is stunningly quick if it's entering production soon or very close to soon. Almost like a simultaneous global launch of the refresh, which would be crazy. But it's necessary before their new range of more affordable vehicles enter production. Rumours, at least semi-credible rumours, that the refreshed Model Y is selling like hotcakes in China. By the way, I saw this rather embarrassing chart if you're not Tesla. We're looking at US battery electric vehicle sales in 24 versus 2023. 24 is in green. I don't even need to zoom in for you guys to recognise where Tesla's vehicles happen to appear here. The Model Y and the Model 3 towering over everything else in the US. This is crazy. Obviously, none of the companies selling electric vehicles in the United States have discovered the magic catch-up to Tesla button. Otherwise, they probably would have pressed it by now and caught up, right? And as we saw earlier in this video, the hilarious thing, Tesla has 3 of the top 5 positions. That's the Cybertruck, bro. It's only just ramping production, right? It's obviously going to be higher year over year. Now, why would these sales be so high relative to everything else? Extremely compelling products at a reasonable price. Imagine what happens when Tesla's more affordable range of vehicles, which will be equally compelling and much better value based on how much you're spending versus what you get, enter production in the first half of this year. You ain't seen nothing yet. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Plus, has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. Just got my AG1 in the mail, legit feeling the effects after day 3. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded. and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month's supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.